October 26, 2025. The Caribbean braces for Hurricane Melissa, a storm unlike any Jamaica has ever faced. Melissa is rapidly intensifying, fueled by record warm seas, and is on track to become a Category 5 hurricane winds over 157 mph. Catastrophic potential. Its slow crawl westward means Jamaica faces not a passing blow, but a prolonged siege, days of relentless wind, rain, and storm surge. The forecast: a direct hit on Jamaica's most populous areas, including Kingston, threatening the island's critical infrastructure and daily life. Experts warn, Melissa's historic strength, slow movement, and direct path create a worst-case scenario, one that could change Jamaica forever. Jamaican officials are sounding the alarm. This is not just another weather event. This is a national crisis, and no one is safe by location alone. The entire island is at risk, from the bustling cities to the quiet rural areas. Evan Thompson of the Meteorological Service warns, every parish, every citizen must prepare for direct impact. The storm's path is unpredictable, and its strength is unprecedented. Minister Daryl Vaz urges, do not take this lightly. Property can be replaced. Lives cannot. He emphasizes the importance of heeding evacuation orders and preparing emergency kits. The National Hurricane Center echoes the urgency, calling Melissa a very concerning situation and urging everyone to alert loved ones in the region. The storm's intensity is growing, and its impact could be catastrophic. AccuWeather warns, communities may be isolated for days or weeks, with essential services disrupted. Roads could become impassable, and aid may be delayed. Emergency responders are preparing for the worst, but they need the public's cooperation. The message is clear. Prepare for a period of isolation and self-sufficiency. Stock up on non-perishable food, water, and medical supplies. Secure your homes and ensure you have a plan in place. Every moment counts. Act now. The safety of you and your loved ones depends on the actions you take today. Hurricane Melissa's threat comes in three forms: wind, rain, and storm surge. Winds over 157 mph will rip roofs from homes, snap power lines, and turn debris into deadly projectiles. Rainfall of 20–30 inches will trigger flash floods and landslides, overwhelming rivers and burying communities. The storm surge, up to 11 feet, will inundate coastal areas, especially Kingston, destroying buildings and contaminating water supplies. These forces combined will cripple infrastructure, plunge the island into darkness, and make rescue efforts nearly impossible. Melissa is not just a storm, it's a multi-pronged assault from air, land, and sea. Officials fear devastation on a scale Jamaica has never seen. On Kingston's streets, a palpable tension hangs in the air. Fear and resilience mix as Jamaicans brace themselves for the arrival of Hurricane Melissa. The city, usually alive with music and laughter, now feels subdued, every face marked by worry and determination. People glance nervously at the sky, watching the darkening clouds roll in, uncertain of what the next hours will bring. Yet, beneath the anxiety, there's a quiet strength, a sense that, no matter what comes, the community will face it together. Market vendors, who rely on each day's sales to feed their families, hurriedly pack away their goods. The memory of past storms lingers in their minds, roofs torn away, streets flooded, livelihoods lost in a single night. But this time, there's a different kind of urgency. Melissa feels unpredictable, and the warnings are more dire than before. Some vendors share nervous jokes, trying to lighten the mood, but their hands move quickly, driven by a sense of dread and responsibility. Supermarkets are packed wall to wall. Families fill their carts with bottled water, canned food, batteries and candles, anything that might help them weather the storm. The usual chatter is replaced by hushed conversations, as parents quietly reassure their children, and neighbors exchange worried glances. Shelves empty fast, and the tension grows with every item that disappears. For many, this is a familiar ritual, but the anxiety is no less real. In neighborhoods across Kingston, the sharp sound of hammers echoes through the air. People work together to board up windows, secure roofs, and tie down anything that could become dangerous debris. Neighbors check on each other, offering help and sharing supplies. There's a sense of urgency, but also of solidarity. Everyone knows that survival depends on preparation and on looking out for one another. For many families, the question of evacuation is a painful one. Leaving means abandoning everything they've worked for. Their homes, their memories, their sense of security. But staying brings its own risks, as the threat of flooding and destruction looms. Some families pack bags just in case, while others decide to stay put, hoping their preparations will be enough. The weight of these decisions is visible on every face. The waiting is agonizing. Hours stretch on as the sky grows darker and the wind begins to pick up. Children cling to their parents and elders share stories of storms past, offering comfort and advice. The uncertainty is heavy. No one knows exactly what Melissa will bring or how long it will last. All anyone can do is wait, hope, and hold on to each other. These preparations are shaped by generations of experience. Grandparents teach the youngest how to reinforce doors and windows, passing down hard-earned knowledge. There's a sense of pride in this shared effort, but also a deep urgency. Every nail hammered, every window covered, is a small act of defiance against the storm, a way of saying, "We will endure." The true cost of Melissa is already being felt, not just in property or possessions, but in the impossible choices people must make. As the storm approaches, the people of Kingston stand together, facing fear with courage and uncertainty with hope. Jamaica shifts into emergency mode as Melissa approaches. Airports are closed, sealing the island's airspace. Fishermen rush to secure their boats, knowing their livelihoods are at stake. Emergency shelters open in schools and churches, and evacuation orders go out for high-risk areas. Police, military, and disaster agencies coordinate a massive effort to move people to safety. At ports and power plants, crews secure equipment and brace for impact, knowing recovery will depend on how quickly services can be restored. Every action now is a race against time. The nation braces for a storm that will test its very foundations. Hurricane Melissa's reach extends far beyond the shores of Jamaica, sending shockwaves across the entire Caribbean basin. The storm's immense power is not just a local threat, it's a regional crisis, with every island and coastal community bracing for impact. As the hurricane churns through warm Atlantic waters, its unpredictable path leaves millions on edge, anxiously watching the skies and listening for updates. In Haiti, the devastation is already painfully real. Torrential rains have triggered deadly landslides, swallowing homes and claiming lives in vulnerable hillside communities. Families scramble to salvage what little they can, while emergency responders work tirelessly to reach those trapped by mud and debris. The scars left behind are a stark reminder of the island's fragility in the face of nature's fury. In Cuba, the government has ordered the evacuation of more than 145,000 people from the eastern provinces. Buses and trucks line the streets as families, clutching their belongings, are ushered to safety. Schools and community centers transform into shelters, offering refuge from the approaching storm. The sense of urgency is palpable, as neighbors help one another prepare for the worst. At the U.S. Naval Station in Guantanamo Bay, the threat is taken just as seriously. Non-essential personnel and their families are evacuated, while military teams secure the base and assist with local preparations. The coordinated response highlights the gravity of the situation, as even the most fortified locations are not immune to Melissa's wrath. In the Dominican Republic, relentless rain bans have overwhelmed water treatment systems, leaving 500,000 people without access to clean water. Streets become rivers, and neighborhoods are cut off by rising floodwaters. The struggle for basic necessities intensifies, as authorities race to restore vital services and prevent the spread of disease. Across the region, each nation mobilizes its resources, evacuating vulnerable populations, distributing emergency supplies, and reinforcing infrastructure. Volunteers and emergency workers fill sandbags, board up windows, and help families reach safer ground. The collective effort is a testament to the Caribbean's resilience and determination to minimize loss. The interconnectedness of the Caribbean means that disaster in one country ripples across borders, affecting economies, supply chains, and families with loved ones spread throughout the islands. Regional cooperation becomes essential, as governments coordinate aid and share resources to confront the shared threat. Tonight, millions across the Caribbean watch and wait, united by a sense of vulnerability, but also by hope. Families huddle together, glued to radios and televisions, praying for the storm to pass with minimal harm. The uncertainty is overwhelming, but the spirit of community endures. Whatever the outcome, the storm's impact will be felt by all. Recovery will demand not just local effort, but regional solidarity. neighbors helping neighbors, nations supporting one another, and the Caribbean standing together in the face of adversity. Survival depends on knowledge and preparation. Experts urge, respect the storm, heed evacuation orders, and never risk your life for property. If sheltering in place, prepare for days without power or water. Stock food, water, radios, flashlights, and medications. Secure your home and bring in anything that could become debris. Communication is vital. Check in with loved ones, designate a central contact, and use text messages after the storm. Stay informed through official channels. Ignore rumors and social media speculation. Trust the professionals tracking the storm. Their guidance saves lives. In a crisis, following instructions is your best defense. In Jamaica, community is the backbone of survival. As Melissa nears, neighbors help each other board up homes, share supplies, and check on the vulnerable. Community leaders, pastors, shopkeepers become vital links, spreading information and organizing support. When the storm passes, it's neighbors who clear debris, share food, and comfort one another. The government's response takes time, but the community's response is immediate. This spirit of unity, Likal but Talawa, will be Jamaica's greatest strength in recovery. Together, Jamaicans will weather the storm and rebuild. As Melissa bears down, Jamaica's focus is on survival. The coming days will be dark and difficult, but patience and caution are essential, even after the winds die down. The road to recovery will be long, but hope endures in the resilience of the Jamaican people. Neighbors helping neighbors, emergency workers risking all, and families holding fast. These are the images of hope. The world will watch, and support will be needed, but the heart of recovery will be Jamaican hands and spirit. Melissa will leave scars, but it will also reveal the island's strength and unity. In that unity lies Jamaica's hope for the future.